Welcome back to Movie of the Week. This week, we're watching The End of Oak Street.
Our house? Our neighborhood? Our whole street? Has moved.
This survival dad slop film starring Anne Hathaway and Ewan McGregor, directed by David Robert Mitchell, is about the Platt family, whose ordinary suburban neighborhood is ripped out of 1982 and transported into a prehistoric world, forcing them to survive together in a landscape filled with dinosaurs. I'm just gonna come right out and say this movie is a lot of fun, but it's all right. Let's talk about it. The coloring, effects, acting, cinematography, production design, they're all excellent. And actually, production is great on all fronts in this narrative. Actually, the weakest link is the plot writing, and even then, it's not even necessarily bad. Matter of fact, my shout for this film is actually involved with the writing, but I'll talk about that in a second. Let's talk about where this film lands a little short. This film is rated PG-13, but clearly wants to be an R-rated film. And you will know exactly what I mean if you go see this film. The deaths and injuries in this movie are very graphic, and the film is bold enough to even write off characters you aren't expecting to be written off, which is an incredible subversion of this genre, until it remembers that it's PG-13, which completely neuters the ending. Besides that, there is a lot of storylines and plot points established that don't really pay off in any deeply meaningful or impactful way, which makes me wonder why they ended up including them in the final draft instead of prioritizing the elements of the film that were really working well, which leads me directly into my shout for this film. The exploration and deeper intricacies of this nuclear family we follow are so well written, and using their seemingly inevitable and unusual demise as a tool to finally get them to open up about their deepest familial struggles was so appealing, and somehow the actual most interesting part of this narrative to me. I can do a whole separate breakdown of that as its own video. It's that good. Second minor shout for this one is how they slightly diverged from the trope of the kids leading and solving the apocalypse. I hate this trope because I'm no fun, and it's still here in this movie, but at the same time, the kids are also morons in half their screen time, and that gets a thumbs up from me purely because that's how it should be in these films. This film only came out a couple weeks ago, so it is currently only in theaters and will continue to be leading into fall. So go on out there and see this fun film with some friends. Bonus points if you have a couple drinks before. Just trust me on that one. Have a good night, and I will see you soon.